All right, this is Deanna Marie, and welcome back here to the Clusie. And today we're going to be talking about how you were faithful with a little, so now you're getting ready to get a lot. So let's get started. All right, today's Bible reference is going to be Matthew chapter 25, verse 23. So you guys know how I am. Open up those Bibles, get in the Word, and let God speak to you what He wants to speak to you about. Pray and open up the lines of communication. Okay, this is a parable. And it starts off with somebody, a boss, giving three different servants certain amounts of money. And each servant makes a different decision. And two of them go out and they end up bringing back more money to their boss. And then one doesn't do anything with it. He just buries it and brings back the same amount. And he's not rewarded for anything. In fact, the boss takes everything that man did and he gives it to the other people to manage because they have more wisdom. And it's a parable for being a good servant and being faithful to what God gives you. You see, when you have a little and you're faithful with a little, God can trust you with more. It's kind of like some of you guys are praying for, you want like a new car, you want this nice, whatever it is you're dreaming about, Mercedes, BMW, you're dreaming about something. Okay, you want that car. Don't focus so much on that car over there. Focus on what you're doing right now with the car that you have. Maybe you don't have a car. Are you appreciating, the public transportation that you have to ride? Are you appreciating, maybe it's a bike, maybe it's something like that. Do you have appreciation, and are you valuing and treating that correctly so that He can trust you with more later on? Because you can't ask for something like, it's kind of like giving a 13-year-old a Lamborghini. They don't know what to do with it. They wouldn't know how to take care of it properly. They don't know anything about oil changes. They don't know anything about how to keep care of a car or anything like that. So God can't give you a whole lot when you can't even manage a little that He's given you. Some of you guys, that's a marriage word for people. You guys want to be spouses and you want to have a spouse, you want to have a husband or a wife and you want that. What are you doing to be faithful right now to that person? What are you doing? What type of faith do you have that's actually going to take place? Men, are you working on your finances? Are you making sure you're in shape? Are you doing the things that you are supposed to do, being faithful with a little so that God can give you a lot later on? Are you doing that? Because you can't just pray for something, not do anything, and then when it arrives, just expect that everything's going to function flawlessly. It's not going to work like that, and God won't give you something that you're not ready for. Okay? So you need to be like that. Just like Joseph got tested and Joseph was faithful in a little, right? Joseph was faithful being a slave in Potiphar's house, right? Joseph was faithful working in the prison, right? So guess what? When Joseph gets placed and he's like second in command of the whole nation of Egypt, he knows what he's doing because he was faithful with a little, and God could trust him in that high position because he was faithful when he didn't have that position. He was faithful when he had nothing to manage but other people's stuff for them, and it didn't benefit him. Yet he was still faithful. You have to make sure that you guys are being faithful with the little that you have, okay? What is it? That could look like everyday life. Getting up, reading the Bible, doing a little journal thing, taking 5 minutes out of your life to just read a Bible verse or to listen over here or to just pray or say something like that, and just doing it every day. Are you being faithful with a little? Because God sees everything that you're doing. He wants to see that you're being faithful in the little moments when nobody's watching. When you're at work and nobody's watching what you're doing, are you just like messing around? Are you over here doing this like that? Are you actually doing your job and doing the work that you're supposed to be doing too? Because he sees all. He wants to make sure that you're able to be blessed abundantly, but also be able to maintain the blessing and not have it destroy you. So if you guys have been and I always say, ask God for big things. Ask Him for things so big that if they ever actually happened, you would have nothing else to say, but there's no way that happened except for my God did that. Have faith like that. Do that. But Make sure you are being faithful now with the little that you have, being grateful, being humble, not complaining like, oh my gosh, I wish that I had a nicer car. I wish that I had a better wife. I wish that I had some, whatever it is, okay? You need to be faithful with what he's given you now so that he can give you more and he can trust that you won't be destroyed. You won't destroy other people's lives. The enemy won't come in there and turn everything around and use it for his kingdom instead of using the blessing for God's kingdom and his purposes. There's so much that goes into all of this stuff spiritually, and there's a really big lesson in being faithful when you have nothing. When you have nothing at all, and just being able to say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I may not have anything in my bank account, but my gosh, I have the breath in my lungs and I am still alive, and there's still an opportunity for me to go up. There's another day for me to go out there and find my wife. There's another day that I can do this. Live like that. That's what being faithful in a little looks like. You will get all of the abundance. Everything that he has planned for you is for you. No one can touch it. It's for you. Okay? So be faithful with a little. All right. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and comment as always. And I'll see you guys back here next time.